Hi book besties, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel, and today we are back with another reading challenge. I haven't done a reading challenge in so long, and we will be doing another wheel picks. I've done a color wheel, I've done an alphabet wheel, I've done a number wheel to pick how many hours I read, but today we will be using a book genre wheel. Exhibit A. I didn't make this, but I did edit it because some genres I just know I don't have. And yeah, I just thought it would be fun. I haven't done a challenge in a while, and I've missed them. So let's get to our first pick. Okay, we got Parallel World. Okay, which might be perfect because what's coming to mind, if I'm thinking right about a parallel world, what's coming to mind is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. But let me read the back just so I can make sure. Yeah, someone said a portal into other dimensions of reality. That's giving parallel world, right? Let's read even further. It says, "Are you happy with your life?" Those are the last words Jason Dessen hears before the kidnapper knocks him unconscious. Before he awakens to find himself strapped to a gurney, surrounded by strangers in hazmat suits. Before a man he's never met smiles down at him, says, "Welcome back, my friend." In this world he's woken up to. Yes. Parallel world. Okay, in this world he's woken up to, Jason's life is not the one he knows. His wife is not his wife. His son was never born, and Jason is not an ordinary college professor, but a celebrated genius who has achieved something remarkable, something impossible. Is it this life or the other that's the dream? And even if the home he remembers is real, how will Jason make it back to the family he loves? Yes, this is giving parallel world. And this works out perfectly because this is on my TBR for November. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. So I'm excited to see what I think about it. And we'll pick out another genre whenever I'm ready for my second book. Let's get to reading Dark Matter. Okay, a long time no chat. I haven't spoken to you guys in a while, and I'm still under 100 pages, but I've been trying to read this other book for my book club, but it looks like we have our first book club at DNF because we all hated it. We all couldn't get into it, so we just chose something else. And by the way, I am also sick, so I've been dealing with that, and I'm out of breath. But yeah, I haven't filmed in like almost a week, nearly a week. And you guys, I did put my Christmas bedding on. If you can't beat them, join them. Like, everyone and their mom already celebrating Christmas. So here we are. Here's my part. Here's my part in it, okay? Even though I'm a spooky girly, always and forever, but I am indeed excited for Christmas. Anyways, I have my tea, and I am going to do some more reading of Dark Matter tonight. But I want to give you guys my first thoughts, updates, even though I'm still fairly in the beginning, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Like, we pretty much jumped right in. It starts off with Jason's final scene with his family, and then he goes to a bar to meet up with a friend. And after he leaves the bar, someone hits him upside the head, kidnaps him, and injects him with something, and he wakes up in his new life. So I'm in the middle of chapter 5, and he's hiding. Like, he's trying to get away from the scientist that he woke up to, and also the doctor, because he checked into a hospital and they think he's insane. So they wanted to lock him up, but he got away and he's hiding now. And he's also trying to connect with the people that he remembers, like his wife. I guess she still exists in this life, but it's the path she would have taken, I guess, without meeting him. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how he's going to get out of this and what's going on. And yeah, I need to drink my tea because my throat, she's not happy. Hey you guys, so it is indeed another night. Your girl is going through it. I'm still sick, so please excuse my appearance, and it's freezing. I have on a sweatshirt and a hoodie over it, but apparently it's just me. Anyways, I do have some updates on Dark Matter. I'm loving this so much. It's one of those books that really just gets you thinking about what even is life, you know? Sorry. But yeah, yeah, it really just gets you thinking about multiverses exist. Like, that is something that's really interesting to think about. Like, you making a decision and that decision changing the course of your whole life. And then what if there's a different version of you that did make a different decision and their life is completely different? It just makes me think of movies like Spider-Man. Like, you have the multiverse there, but then also movies like Final Destination. And that's like a spooky way to think of it. Because I know some people say, like, oh, if only I didn't do this thing, then that wouldn't have happened. But with Final Destination, it was supposed to happen. And since it didn't happen, it came back to get you. So I don't know. I think of things like that. Whether fate exists or do we create it? I don't know. There's different ways to look at it. It really just gets me thinking. But I'm really enjoying this book. I'm at the point where Jason is indeed on the run again. He was trying to pretend to be the person that they thought he was, but shit hit the fan, and here we are on the run. Okay, so it is a few days later. I did end up finishing Dark Matter, and I loved it so much. I only wish that I've got more footage of me reading it. But like I already said, I was sick. Your girl was going through it. But luckily, I'm not sick anymore. Although I wouldn't say that I'm 100% feeling better because now I'm on my cycle. She's arrived, unfortunately. So that's a whole different type of not feeling good. So at least I'm not coughing, sneezing, and snotting anymore. So that's great. But yeah, I am going to give my review at the end. I like to sit and think on books. So yeah, I'll wrap up at the end of the video. But we're going to go ahead and pick my next book because it's a Saturday. No plans in sight. So we are going to be reading. And I have no idea if this headband is looking weird. I'm trying this little headband out, but like, I don't know how it looks, so it might look crazy. So I did leave the tab up for a spinner wheel. Hopefully it hasn't refreshed and hopefully we won't have to remake it. Okay, it looks the same, but we're going to take out Parallel World so we just don't get it again. And remember, guys, I did not make the whole wheel. Okay, so some of this stuff was already on here. Don't be looking at me crazy. I know you've seen erotic. I don't even think I have erotic, so I'm going to delete that as well. But, I mean, well, I have dark romance. That could be like, I don't know. Let's just spin. How about that? Ooh, okay, we got classics. Now, I'm intimidated, but I think it's about time because I have been wanting to read one classic in particular. Actually, let me go grab it. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. A new movie just came out on Netflix and it looks so good, and I've never read the story, so of course I need to read the story before I watch the movie. But like I said, I am highly intimidated. I don't know, something about classics just makes me feel like I'm too dumb to read it and understand it. So, but I feel like that fear keeps a lot of people back from reading many books like classics and high fantasy. But sometimes you just gotta read it. You gotta bite the bullet, and I'm gonna do that. But I will be using the audiobook because I need a little help. So yeah, I think I want to annotate as well just because I want to fully comprehend it, and I just feel like annotating really helps. So let's read Frankenstein. Maybe even have to watch the movie together. So let's do it. Wait, almost immediately I like the writing. I'm at the beginning of letter 2 and she's describing feeling lonely, but the way that she went into so much detail and the way that she explained it, when you could really just simply be like, I want a companion. I just loved the description of it. It says, but I have one want which I have never yet been able to satisfy. In the absence of the object of which I now feel as a most severe evil, I have no friend, Margaret. When I am glowing, with enthusiasm of success, there will be no one to partake in my joy. If I am assailed by disappointment, no one will endeavor to sustain me in dejection. I shall commit my thoughts to paper, it is true, but that is a poor medium for the communication of feeling. I desire the company of a man who could sympathize with me, whose eyes would reply to mine. You may deem me a romantic, my dear sister, but I bitterly feel the want of a friend. And I'm just like, damn, that's good. That's good. I might eat this up. This might be a fun time. I'm hoping it's a fun time. I'm going to continue reading. Of course, I needed a bevy while I read. I haven't had one in a while. It's just so good. But okay, I'm going to either speak to you tomorrow or speak to you later, but I'm going to lock in and get some of this read. I'm so sorry for this little lighting situation going on right now, but let's talk Frankenstein. I just made it to volume 3, and it's becoming clear to me that I had no idea what Frankenstein was really about. I guess all I really know, there was a scientist that made the creature. All I knew. But in the fact that it's considered horror, which is shocking to me because it's not at all. Well, I guess that's me personally. I guess things were different back in the heyday, but I really feel bad for the creature. It's clear that he really just wanted a companion, really just wanted to be loved, like his creator abandoned him. So I feel bad. And then it's turning into like a revenge arc. And I love a revenge arc, I must say. So still really enjoying this, taking my time. I might actually finish today though, because we did just make it to volume 3. It is very much so reading like a classic, but it's not too hard to comprehend. Like, I'm loving all the details and description. Like, it's definitely not simple, and I'm appreciating that. I've officially finished reading Frankenstein for the first time ever, so now we can finally watch the movie.
Who hurt you? I have to show you this way. Everything organized for it?
Hi, you guys. It is indeed another night. I feel like I keep coming to speak to you guys at night, but I have indeed finished Frankenstein, and I also watched the Frankenstein movie. You guys, I loved it so much. I think Frankenstein, the Hollywood version, is so deeply misrepresented because I had no idea how wrong I viewed the creature. Just because in Hollywood, it's just the way he's represented. He just gave zombie. Like, he had the same vibe as a zombie, but he's actually very intellectual and he had so many feelings. And I just felt bad for him in the end. And you kind of just see who the real monster is. It was amazing. And the gothic Victorian vibe is just everything. 10 out of 10 casting on the movie. Like, I love me a goth. I don't know what I'm going to rate it. I'll update you guys at the end, maybe do a better review at the end. But why don't we pick our next book, because it's 5 p.m. and it's dark out. So we're going to read and rot without feeling bad about it, because I was reading and rotting regardless, but we don't have to feel bad about it now. Okay, so we got suspense, and that's basically thriller. So Yay. I'm excited. I'm not complaining, but I'm gonna go pick one out and get back to you guys. You guys, let me go get my phone. My other phone. We can listen to some music because we haven't done that in a while. I've been on my Michael Jackson kick, especially after the new movie trailer. Me 2023. Okay, let's switch up the vibe. I'm leaking. You guys, fun fact, me, my sister's two best friends, and her cousin, we were in the talent show and we danced to this song. And talk about an album with no skips. No skips. I think we can go read now. I get a little carried away, I must admit. I just love vibing with you guys. Like, I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Right? Right? Anyways, let's go read. Okay, you guys, I made my tea and I chose the book Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This is on my TBR, so I figured it might just be the time to read it. And yeah, I've heard a lot of things about this book. I've heard it was good, but I also heard that it's kind of diabolical and kind of dark. So I'm going to go into it proceeding with caution. But it says, no one ever just disappears. Ellie Mack was the perfect daughter, and then she was gone. 10 years after Ellie's disappearance, her mother, Laurel Mack, is trying to put her life back together when she meets an unexpectedly charming man in a cafe. Before she knows it, she's meeting Floyd's daughters, and his youngest, Poppy, takes Laurel's breath away. Because the eerily precocious Poppy is a spitting image of Ellie. And now, the unanswered questions she's tried so hard to put to rest begin haunting Laurel anew. Where did Ellie go? Did she run away from home, as the police have long suspected, or did something more sinister happen? Yeah, I just know this is going to be a crazy one, but what can I say? I love me a crazy juicy thriller, so I am excited. But again, proceeding with caution. Hi, you guys. I have some book updates. This book, kind of crazy. We start the book off with then and now timelines. And in the past timeline, we are in the point of view of Ellie, the girl that has gone missing. And it's doing that thing where we as the reader know what's going on before the main character, and that just makes me so anxious. Like, I'm already an anxious reader, like especially with a thriller or a fantasy. I have to cover the end so I don't like dash my eyes down and see what's going to happen. And then also, I'm like that with movies and shows as well. Like, I hate being in the know when the main character does it because, girl, you're doing the wrong thing. Like, I just want to help you out here. But unfortunately, we cannot. We have to let them find their way. So, yeah, that's making me anxious, but I'm still really enjoying the story. But our main character, Laurel, she is now dating Floyd, and Poppy, his daughter, obviously is resembling Ellie, but she was also warned about Floyd. So I'm wondering, like, what does Floyd have going on? Okay, he's raising some red flags, and I don't trust him. I simply do not. So, but I mean, but basically, she was just told like he has a bad aura, and honestly, I trust that because some people do be having bad auras. Like, you can really tell. I am going to see if I can binge this today because I have nothing else to do. Story of my life. So yeah, let's see how far we get. Okay guys, it's time to wrap up this video. Not too sure how this video turned out. I think like the pacing of it kind of threw me off, but I guess we'll see when I actually get to editing this. Hopefully it turned out well. We started off with the genre of parallel worlds. So naturally, I picked up Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I did get sick while reading this, so there weren't too many clips of me and my thoughts while reading this, but I actually really like this. Like, this was so extremely interesting, and what I don't hear too much about this is that it's actually pretty romantic. Like, this man traveled through multiple universes or worlds, whatever you would call it, but he traveled through multiple just so he can get back to the specific version of his wife and child. Like, Daniela was so loved, and I really love the pacing of this. Like, first chapter, we're getting straight to it, but I will say the chapters are kind of long, so there's that. But it's really fast paced, and this book just really gets you thinking like about the small choices that can change or shape your entire life. And I really loved the physics and scientific elements. It's just really interesting. Anyways, I'm going to rate this 4.5 stars. And then our next genre, we ended up with classics. So I chose to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And let me tell you, Mary Shelley is ahead of her time. Like, I've heard this before. Reading this, I definitely agree. With the movie coming out and just so many people talking about Frankenstein currently, I've learned so much more about the author, Mary Shelley, and story of how she wrote Frankenstein while she was spending time with her friends, and they just decided to all write stories, ghost stories to pass time, and she wrote Frankenstein. But going into it, I really had no idea what to expect. I just know the Hollywood version of Frankenstein, and I know that there was like a mad scientist, and I just thought of him as like this big monster, but no, certainly was not that. I just loved this. I think I'm repeating myself. I think I already said this earlier in this video. I enjoyed it so much. I think I'll give this 4.5 stars as well. For our last genre, we have suspense. So I chose Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. I loved the pacing of this book and just the storytelling. I was addicted from the start. And I love how this was written. I really enjoyed the multiple POV. I think that really just added a lot of depth and kind of really helped you understand like the motivations and just unravel the mystery in layers. It definitely wasn't like a shocking thriller just because you go in kind of knowing what happens. It's not really a secret. We're just kind of following our main character, Laurel, and watching her find out things that she doesn't know, but we as the readers know. So, not too shocking, not too thrilling, but it was definitely interesting. Definitely was on the dark side and definitely more on the psychological side rather than thriller, but still a very interesting read. I'm going to give this 4 stars. So overall, we read some pretty good books, all 4 stars and up. I'm not mad about it. And I'd say this was a successful challenge. But okay, I'm going to end off this video now. I hope you enjoyed. If you've made it up to this point in the video, you are a real one. But also comment down below this emoji just because I like to see you watch my videos all the way through. And it's kind of like an inside joke that only the besties know. So leave that down below so I know if we're besties or not. I forgot I had my coffee. It's actually not the best today. I think it's because the cold foam that I have, not a big fan. But okay, I'm gonna go. Happy reading.